Great Scott! I love time travel movies!
Actually, it's a found footage movie produced by Michael Bay.
Where we're going, we don't need taste.
I look weird from the side. So, Project Almanac. I walked into this movie mostly blind. All I knew was time travel, hell yeah. And found footage, hell meh. And teenagers. But I guess I love time travel so much that 1 out of 3 still ain't bad in my book. Then, mere seconds into the film, I see this. And then this. He's everywhere! At this point, I was considering using the emergency exit, or as I now like to call it, the Bay Escape. Every theater should have one. But I stuck it out for you guys. So, found footage, teenagers, MTV films, platinum dunes. By this point, I'm expecting cinematic snot. But hey, it wasn't cinematic snot. It wasn't half bad. It wasn't the Citizen Kane of time travel movies either. In fact, this ranks well below Bill and Ted, but they did give a most excellent nod to B&T, so points for that. Yep. Pretty sure the title is a big nod to Back to the Future 2 as well, so don't be stingy. Considering how skin-peelingly bad this movie should have been, I was pleasantly surprised. It's like when someone's born with a whole bunch of disabilities and all the doctors say they'll never do this and they'll never do that. And they overcome all that to be normal. Just normal. But that's still a triumph. So, Project Almanac is the story of high school senior David. He's this nerdy kid genius type who's trying to get into MIT, and it's not going so well. Then he and his friends discover some 10-year-old video footage of one of his old birthday parties where in the background, for just a frame, they see him all grown up for a moment. Intriguing. Turns out their late father developed plans for a time machine that also just happens to be buried in their basement, and now things can get all timey-wimey. This costs $30. I'm returning it. You know, I actually had a blast watching them go through all the trial and error of getting their time machine up and running. There's some glorious basement kit bashing going on in this movie. I love seeing characters build crazy sci-fi contractions out of their own homes with whatever they can get their hands on. Another positive is I was expecting some seriously obnoxious characters and jerk-off high school college party shit, given this is a teen movie, and not one character grated on my nerves. Like, even a little. And at first I thought, wait, you have this technology that can change the course of human history, and you go back to see a bunch of milquetoast mainstream cookie cutter bands at the last Lollapalooza? I didn't expect them to go see Within the Ruins or August Burns Red or anything, but that whole act of the movie felt like some promo for Imagine Dragons. And seriously, dude, you go back in time to make a move on a girl that you wrecked it with the first time through? But then I thought, wait, they're teenagers. I was a teenager once. Girls and music mattered to me more than anything at one point.
They still totally do. I'd probably do the same thing.
It might be shallow and it might be annoying, but hey, if they were all high-minded and selfless about it, they'd come off like 40-year-olds, not high school seniors. And I would call shenanigans. Shenanigans! The movie also starts playing fast and loose with its own time travel rules halfway through and starts to borrow a lot from the butterfly effect. David keeps going back and just somehow manages to avoid bumping into himself for the convenience of the plot. And while I do buy into chaos theory to the normal, rational extent, I really can't swallow that some dude kissing some chick at some concert causes planes halfway across the world to crash. Sorry. But we gotta teach that whole don't go back and mess with things time travel parable somehow. I do give the movie credit for a scene where David actually writes out on a chalkboard how bad he's messed things up and how convoluted the timeline's gotten. It was almost a comedical nod to how confusing time travel movies can get. As for the found footage thing, yeah, that's there in all its shaky, nonsensical glory. Yes, you will be expected to believe a teenage girl follows her big brother around everywhere, filming every facet of his life. Yes, you will be expected to accept cell phone cameras capture film quality footage. Yes, you will be expected to believe you can digitally zoom in on 10-year-old handycam video and see vivid detail. Yes, you will be expected to believe that dropped cameras land at perfectly placed angles to continue filming what's happening. But I had a camera in high school, and my buddy and I filmed a lot of day-to-day tomfoolery. And if we somehow managed to make a time machine, you better believe you would have filmed every second of it. And everyone has a camera phone now. Still, it is that whole found footage cliche, and I would have loved to have seen the film shot cinematically. As for Michael Bay, you know, it really goes to show you how arbitrary a producer credit can be. Bay produced the TMNT reboot, and that movie had his stank all over it. But with this movie, if I hadn't seen the Platinum Douche logo and his name in the credits, I would have never smelt the Bay stank and thusly used the Bay Escape. So don't let the nerd devil run you off. I'm giving Project Almanac 3/4 of a life meter. If you can excuse the teen drama, if you can excuse every contrived found footage mechanic in the book, there's a good chance you can sit back and enjoy Project Almanac. 2 reviews in, and I'm going to show you guys a serious chink in my cynical armor. I hate chick flicks as much as the next guy, but if you mix in time travel with a love story, it's like my kryptonite. You can do pretty much anything to me, even get me to watch an Ashton Kutcher movie. Time Traveler's Wife, The Butterfly Effect, Somewhere in Time, Safety Not Guaranteed. I am a sucker for some timey-wimey mush, man. So shout at me your favorite romantic time travel movie. If you liked this video, give that subscribe button a hit and don't talk any shit. Allons-y!